Welcome to another Gauging Gadgets review video. In this video, we have the Kasa Smart Ultra Mini Wi-Fi smart plugs. So this is a Wi-Fi smart plug, so you plug it in and then you plug something else into it and you can turn it on with an app on your iPhone or your Android phone, and it does not require a hub. In addition to that, they are configurable with Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, and also Samsung SmartThings, so you can control them with voice assistants and things like that. All that for around $16.99 on Amazon, so check the links in the description to find that price. All right, so before I get this open, I just want to thank TP-Link for sending me these devices to test. Thank you very much. In this review, we'll start out with a quick overview of the device, taking a closer look at their build quality and how they work. Then I'll show you how to set them up and use them in the app. Then finally, I'll show you them in action, and I'll tell you what I think about them. So I'll just open this up from the top. And we have a quick start guide, 3 steps. We'll go through that in a second. And then we have the smart plugs right there. Right off the bat, I have to say, pretty small device, much smaller than the original, at only about 2.5 inches wide. The height is 1.5 inches and the depth is 1.25 inches, which is going to be a lot smaller than the original Kasa Smart Mini smart plug right here on the left side, as you can see. About the same thickness, but much slimmer. So on the front here, we have the 3-prong plug, so you can do things that have the ground wire in them as well. On the left side of the device, it has the power button. This is how you can control it. And it also has a little LED light in it to show you the status of the plug, if it's connecting or in setup mode, and also if it is turned on and powering whatever is plugged into it. On the top, you have a nice Kasa logo. These are really just a good design overall, and they'll really fit in nicely to anyone's decor. You can plug it in, and it doesn't really look ugly. It'll look nice and sleek. On the bottom here, we have some information, the max load, the model number, which is the EP10, and that these are made in Vietnam. Then you have the prong right here, high quality, nothing loose about that at all. And this is actually a 2-pack, so you get 2 for around $16, which is a great deal. All right, so now that we've taken a closer look at the Kasa Smart Ultra Mini smart plug, let's go ahead and get it set up. And per the instructions, the first thing we need to do is download the Kasa Smart app on our phone, and that's how we're going to set up the smart plug as well as control it going forward. You don't need a hub with this device. And check the description, I'll have direct links down there for the iTunes App Store as well as the Google Play Store, but it's just going to be called Kasa Smart, so we'll go ahead and get that installed and then open it up. The first time you install it, you'll need to either sign up or log into your account if you have one. Go ahead and do that, and it'll bring you to the device's screen here. From there, to start adding your new smart plug, go up on the top right, select the plus symbol, and then we just need to tell it we're going to be adding a device. And then in the list of device types, select smart plugs. We're going to be selecting the Smart Plug Lite/Mini, which is the EP10, so it's right there, the second one down. And now, it's going to tell us to go ahead and plug in our smart plug. Once you get it plugged in, go ahead and select next. And then what we need to do is check the little button right here, the LED, to see if it's blinking orange and blue, which mine is. So now I can go ahead and select next on the app. And what that blinking means is that the smart plug is in setup mode. So it's actually creating its own Wi-Fi network that we need to connect to with our phone. And on an iPhone, you can do that easily by opening up the settings, then selecting Wi-Fi. Then it will start searching for Wi-Fi networks, and we just want to find TP-Link Smart Plug. Select that. Once it connects, go back to the app and select I'm already connected. Now we just need to select our Wi-Fi network in the app, the one that we want to have the smart plug connected to. So for me, that's Yolanda. Enter your Wi-Fi network's password and select Join. So now it's going to send that information to the smart plug so that the smart plug can connect to our network and have access to the internet. Once it gets connected, we can now start customizing our device, and the first step of that is going to be to name it. One thing to keep in mind with the name here, if you're using this smart plug with any smart assistants such as Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant, this will be the name that you'll be saying to that smart assistant to be able to control it. So you want to make sure it's kind of simple. I'm going to be using mine with my Christmas tree, so I'll just name it Christmas tree and save. After that, we can choose an icon for our device, and this just makes it easier to find in the list of devices if you have several devices. They do have one pre-made for Christmas, so I'm going to select the Christmas tree. You can also take a picture of your device if you want to and make that your icon. I'm just going to select Save for the Christmas tree. And now we're done. We can select Sound Good, It'll bring us back to the device list where now we can see our new device right here. So there's Christmas tree. And as you can see, currently is on. If I turn it on and off, you can hear the relay in the smart plug turn it on and off, and also the light on the side turn on and off as well. All right, so just as an example, I plugged in a salt lamp here so you can see it turn on and off right here. We can also select into the device, and this will give us some more options, including the power button still. But we can also configure different things like a scheduling, a timer, set up away mode, and also check the runtime, see how long this device has been running on our smart plug. And I really like that it shows the icon on the back, the Christmas tree. It's really festive if that's what you're using it for. So we'll go ahead and start with scheduling. And this is where we can schedule automated times for the device to turn on and off. So we'll start by building a schedule. We'll select the plus button. We first need to decide, is this new schedule going to be to turn on or off the device? I'm going to turn it on. And then you can select the time right here. So keep in mind, you can also have this configured to turn on or off the device based on sunrise and sunset in your area. So I can have my Christmas tree turn on at sunset or about 15 minutes before sunset, which is pretty cool if I wanted to. And I can have that happen every day of the week by just making sure that all the days of the week that I want this to happen are green. Now, just as a test, I'm just going to have this turn on in 1 minute. Go ahead and turn it off, and we can see the scheduling work. All right, so 3:18, the light just turned on by itself. So it's pretty cool how the scheduling works. And this would be great if you were trying to have maybe your Christmas lights turn on or turn them off automatically to save power, maybe at like 10 p.m., something like that. Additionally, in the bottom here, we have a timer. And this is just where you can configure the smart plug to turn on or off after a set time. I can have this turn off in 2.5 hours, something like that. So not really automation, but more of just a timer. Next, we have something called away mode, and this is pretty cool. So if you're going out of town and you want to have some lights turn on your house automatically, you set the time where you want this to start and end, and then the days of the week where you want it to do that. And it'll basically turn on and off the device randomly during those times just to make it look like someone is active in the home, which is a pretty cool setting. I did use this when I was out of town, had no issues, so I guess it did work. Then finally in here we have runtime, where you can see how long it's currently been on, the total runtime, and then your averages for the past 7 days, and then averages for the past 30 days. So one of the letdowns with a device like this is that it doesn't give you its power usage, but at least you can see things like the uptime, stuff like that, to see how often it's been used, if it's being used, if it's not being used, things like that. All right, so one last thing I want to show you in the app is going to be the settings. And this is where you can change the name and icon for the device. I think that's important. If you wanted to change the name used by your smart assistant, you could do that in the device settings here by just selecting the name, changing it, and then going back to save it. All right, so just as a quick example, I have my Christmas tree plugged in to the Ultra Mini smart plug from Kasa. And if I turn it on the app, you can see that the Christmas tree turns on. So now I can set this to automatically turn on a couple minutes before sunset and then turn off at some point in the evening to save some power. And I don't even have to worry about it. It'll all be automated. All right, so that was the Ultra Mini Wi-Fi smart plug from Kasa Smart. Overall, very impressed with this product. It worked great. It was very easy to set up. And when controlling it with the app on my phone, it was very responsive and actually never had any connection issues. That was something I ran into in the past with some of their older Wi-Fi smart plugs, but with the newer ones, they seem to have figured that out, and that's no longer an issue on my Wi-Fi. A couple of things I liked. I have been using it for a while, and I did find that it worked really well with scheduling it with my Christmas tree. It turns on and off at the times that I set it without any issue there. Additionally, I like the design change to this little button with the light. That's the only light on the device. So this makes it a lot better if you use it in a bedroom, maybe a child's bedroom. You don't have any big indicator lights on the sides that really kind of brighten it up and may affect you while sleeping. You just have a very small light on the side that you can point away from you when you're sleeping. I also like the design here with the grooves on the side that kind of gives you some grip if you're going to be pulling it and unplugging it from the wall. It's just well thought out and a really nice touch. The plastic that this is made out of feels sturdy. It's not brittle in any way. I think this could survive a drop if maybe it fell out of your hand while you're carrying it around your house. When it comes to the range on this device, I haven't noticed anything different than basically the range of my cell phone. So if your cell phone is getting good Wi-Fi, then the smart plug should also be able to get Wi-Fi. So I just use my phone as a gauge if it will be able to connect and work with a reliable connection to my Wi-Fi network. All right, so that was the Kasa Smart Ultra Mini Smart Plug. If you have any questions about this device, leave a comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm going to add affiliate links to the description below so you can find this exact device on Amazon, Best Buy, or whatever your favorite online retailer is. So check the links in the description for that. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel, Gauging Gadgets, for more gadget reviews and tech tutorials. Thank you so much for watching.